A sharp word slices the air. Your jaw clenches tight. The urge to snap burns hot. Familiar, isn't it? That moment someone's jab knocks you off balance. You're ready to fire back, to prove them wrong. But what if reacting is the trap? Each outburst hands them your power. A piece of you slips away. She doesn't do that. She stands like a rock in the tide, unmoved, not uncaring. Seneca said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." She lives it. Her silence isn't weakness. It's a blade, honed sharp. When was the last time you held your ground without a word? Most don't. Most break. But there's a way to stand taller, to be rare. Before we unravel her secrets, listen to this story. One woman, one choice. It changed everything. The subway rumbles, half empty. At 11 p.m., Sarah sits alone. Her reflection flickers in the smudged window. Her phone buzzes again. Another text from her boss. "Fix this by morning. No please, no thanks." Just a demand, like always. Her fingers hover over the keyboard, itching to type a defense, to explain she's stretched thin. Her chest tightens. She's been here before. Pleasing, bending, losing herself to keep the peace. Tonight, it feels heavier. The weight of years spent saying yes when she meant no. The train lurches. She closes her eyes, breathes. A line from Epictetus echoes in her mind. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. She deletes the draft, puts the phone down. The air shifts. Lighter. Her reflection looks back. Steadier now. She doesn't need to prove anything. Not tonight. She's not a reed snapping in the wind. She's the stone the river carves around. Patient, unyielding. This is her. The rarest kind. 8 virtues. Shape her. Let's see what they are. If you've ever felt her weight, we're here. Quiet. Waiting. Virtue 1. Self-confidence. You're at a bar. Laughter hums. Then it happens. A friend's. Your blends. You're too quiet, man. Lighten up. The table chuckles. Your chest tightens. You force a smile. Nod. Sip your drink. Inside, it burns. You want to fire back. Prove them wrong. But you don't. You shrink. Why? Because their eyes weigh you down. Their approval feels like air you need to breathe. You've done this before. At work, when a colleague stole your idea. At home, when you bit your tongue to keep the peace. Each time, you trade a piece of yourself for their glance. It's not just a moment. It's a habit, a slow bleed of control. Each nod carves a crack in your spine. You feel it, don't you? That hollow ache, the fear. You're fading into their version of you. She doesn't fade. The rarest woman. She's in that bar. Sameyab. She doesn't flinch, doesn't laugh it off. Her eyes meet theirs. Steady. Unapologetis. She says nothing. The air shifts. They falter. Her silence isn't weakness. It's a blade, honed, sharp. She knows her worth. Not because they say so, because she's built it, forged it in moments when the world tried to bend her. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." She lives it. Her confidence is a quiet fire, not loud, not proud, just certain. Think back. Last week, a text from your boss. Redo this. Now, no thanks. Just a demand. You stayed late. Again. Why? To prove you're enough. To chase their nod. But what did it cost? Your time. Your peace. Yourself. Each yes you give to please them steals from you. She doesn't give yeses. She doesn't mean. Picture her. Same text. She reads it. Breathes. Sets the phone down. Works on her terms. Not theirs. She's not defiant. She's deliberate. Her worth isn't tied to their deadlines. It's rooted deeper, like a tree that stands when the storm rages. You felt that storm. maybe a family dinner. Your uncle, loud, dismissive. You're still at that job? You swallowed the sting, laughed it off, but it lingered. That night, you lay awake, replaying it, wishing you'd spoken, wishing you'd stood firm. That's the pain, not the words. The surrender. You let their voice drown yours. She doesn't. She's at that dinner. Same comment. She tilts her head, smiles faintly, says, I'm where I need to be. No argument, no heat, just truth. The table quiets. Her confidence isn't a shield. It's hair roots, sunk deep. Here's the trap. You think confidence is loud, a raised voice, a corner office. It's not. It's silence when silence is power. It's walking away when staying feels easier. It's knowing you don't need their eyes to see yourself. Most men chase shadows, likes, promotions, claps. They crumble when the shadows shift. She doesn't. She's the ember that burns steady, unseen, unshaken. Try this. Today, one moment, someone pushes, a colleague, a friend. They expect you to bend. Don't. Pause. Look them in the eye. Speak your truth. Or say nothing. Feel the ground hold you. It will. You're not proving them wrong. You're proving yourself right. That's her first virtue. Self-confidence. Not arrogance. Not performance. A quiet knowing. When the tide pulls, she stands. You can too. Her fire doesn't flicker. It burns. You're scrolling late. The screen glows. A post from an old friend. New car. Big house. Perfect life. Your stomach twists. Not envy. Something deeper. Doubt. You're behind, aren't you? You work hard. Grind. But it's not enough. You check your likes. Your inbox. Silence. You need their eyes to feel solid. To know you're here. That's the trap. You've tied your worth to their clicks, their nods, their applause. Each refresh pulls you further from yourself. You feel it. That quiet panic. The fear you're not enough unless they say so. Most men live here, chasing ghosts, losing ground. She doesn't chase. The rarest woman. She's in that glow. Same post. Her eyes don't linger. She sets the phone down, breathes. Her worth isn't in their highlights. It's in her, built through nights when no one clapped. When no one saw, Seneca said, why wonder at others' approval? Be content with your own. She is. Her confidence isn't a mask. It's a root, sunk deep. She doesn't need the world's mirror. She knows her reflection. Think back, last month, a coffee shop. You're with colleagues. They're bragging. Deals closed. Trips planned. You nod along. Smile. But inside, you're measuring. Your job. Your bank account. Your life. You shrink. Say less. Why? Because their wins feel like your losses. You let their light dim yours. That's the cost. Not their wins. Your surrender. You hand them your value. She doesn't. She's at that table. Same boasts. She listens. Sips her coffee. Smiles faintly. Good for you, she says. No envy. No need. Her worth isn't a race. It's a fire. Burning steady. Or picture this. A family group chat. Your cousin shares a promotion. Everyone chimes in. Praise. Emojis. You type, congrats. But it stings. You're stuck. Same job. Same rut. You want their cheers. Their pride. So you stay quiet. Hide. That's the pain. Not their win. Your surrender. You let their spotlight steal your place. She doesn't. Same chat. She reads. Types. Well done. Minzy. Her path isn't theirs. Her confidence isn't borrowed. It's hers, like a stone unmoved by the tide. Here's the truth. You've been taught to seek their gaze. A boss's nod. A friend's laugh. A stranger's like. It's a leash. Each tug pulls you from your center. You crumble when they turn away. She doesn't. She's walked rooms where no one clapped, faced days where no one saw. Yet she stands, not because she's better, because she knows her worth isn't theirs to give or take. Epictetus said, "If you seek truth, you will not seek victory by others' measures." She lives it. Her confidence is a quiet pulse, not a shout, not a show, a knowing. Try this. Tomorrow, one moment, you're tempted to check their eyes, their words. Don't. Close the app. Walk away. Stand in your skin. Feel your breath. You're enough. Not because they say so, because you are. That's her way. She doesn't bend to their winds. She's the oak that holds when the storm screams. You can too. Her fire doesn't need their fuel. It burns. You're in your car. Traffic's stalled. Horns blare. Your phone pings. A client's email. Where's the report? Sharp. No greeting. Your pulse spikes. You want to slam the wheel or type a defense. Fast. Prove you're on it. You've been here, always rushing to answer, to fix, to please. Why? Because their tone feels like a whip. You're scared to look small, scared to lose their respect. So you bend. Again. Each hurried reply, each forced sorry, chips at your core. It's not just time, it's you. You're giving away your ground. That's the trap. The quiet fear that you're only as good as their last word. Most men live here, bowing to shadows, losing themselves. She doesn't bow. The rarest woman, same email, same traffic. She glances at the screen, breathes, sets it down. No rush, no punits. Her worth isn't in their urgency. It's in her, built through years of standing firm when the world screamed, "Move." Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." She gets it. Her confidence is a still lake, not a storm, not a ripple, just deep. Recall last weekend, a friend's party. Someone asks, "What do you do?" You start. They cut you off. "Oh, that's nice." Their eyes drift. You falter, mumble, change the subject. Why? Because their boredom stings. You let it redefine you. That's the cost. Not their glance, your surrender. You trade your voice for their approval. She doesn't. She's at that party. Same question, same interruption. She pauses, looks at them. "I do what matters to me," she says. Calm, clear. They lean in. Her confidence isn't their mirror, it's her own light. Or, think of this, your inbox, a co-worker's critique. "This isn't what we asked for." Harsh, public, you feel the heat, want to fire back, or hide. You rewrite the email 10 times. Apologize, over-explain. That's the pain, not their words. The way you let them carve you. You shrink to fit their frame. She doesn't. Same email. She reads it. Once. Replies, "I'll adjust. Let's discuss." No groveling. No fear. Her worth isn't their verdict. It's a root, sunk deep in her truth. Here's the lie you've bought. Confidence is their applause, their handshake, their "well done." It's not. It's the quiet when no one's watching, the choice to stand when they turn away. You've crumbled under their gaze, felt the weight of their silence. She hasn't. She's faced rooms that ignored her, walked paths no one cheered, yet she stands, not for them, for her. Seneca said, "Associate with people who improve you, but be your own master." She is. Her confidence is a blade in the dark, not loud, not seen, just sharp. Try this. Today. One moment. They push. A client. A friend. Their tone demands you bend. Don't. Pause. Feel your feet on the ground. Speak your truth. Or stay silent. Let their words pass like wind. You're not their shadow. You're the oak that holds. That's her way. Self-confidence. Not a crown. Not a cheer. A quiet knowing. When the tide pulls, she stands. So can you. Her ember burns without their spark. Virtue 2. Direct communication. You're at dinner. The table buzzes. Someone's story drags on. Half-truths. Exaggerations. You nod, laugh, play along. Why? Because it's easier. You dodge the truth to keep the vibe light. You've done it before. At work, when you said sure to a plan you knew would fail. With friends, when you sidestepped a lie to avoid the fight. Each time, you swallow your voice. It feels safe, polite, but it's a slow poison. Each vague word, each fake smile, buries your truth. You feel it. That knot in your gut. The fear that speaking plain will break something. Most men live here, hiding behind safe words, losing their edge. She doesn't hide. The rarest woman. She's at that dinner. Same story. She listens, leans in, then speaks. That's not how it happened. Calm, clear, no venom, just truth. The table stills. Eyes shift. She doesn't flinch. Her words aren't a weapon. They're a mirror. Seneca said, "Speak the truth as you see it, but with kindness." She does. Her voice is a blade through the fog. Not loud, not cruel, just sharp. Think back. Last week, a meeting. Your boss pitches a bad idea. You see the flaws. Everyone else nods. You could speak, call it out, but you don't. You mumble agreement. Why? Because rocking the boat feels risky. You'd rather blend than stand out. That's the cost. Not just the bad plan, the loss of your voice. You let their comfort silence you. She doesn't. She's in that meeting. Same idea. She raises a hand. This won't work. Here's why. No drama, just facts. The room listens. Her truth isn't a fight. It's a gift. Or picture this. A friend's text. They're venting, blaming you for something you didn't do. You want to clear it up, but it's late. Easier to say sorry and move on. So you, though. That's the pain, not their words. The way you betray yourself. You trade honesty for peace. She doesn't. Same text. She reads it, pauses, types, "Let's talk." That's not what happened. No heat, no games, just clarity. Her voice isn't their echo. It's her own. Here's the lie. You think truth is a bomb, a fight waiting to spark. It's not. It's a line in the sand. A way to stand tall when the world leans in. You've choked on half words, felt the weight of unsaid things. She hasn't. She's faced rooms that bristled at her honesty, stood firm when they pushed back. Yet she speaks, not for them, for her. Epictetus said, "First decide who you are, then speak accordingly." She has. Her communication is a pulse, not a plea, not a performance, a truth. Try this. Today. One moment. They dodge, they spin. Don't nod. Don't smile. Speak what's real. That's not right. Or, I see it differently. Feel the air shift. You're not breaking the table. You're building your ground. That's her way. Direct communication. Not a shout. Not a dodge. A quiet cut through the noise. When the fog thickens, she speaks. You can too. Her blade doesn't waver. It carves. You're in a group chat. The messages fly. Plans for the weekend. Someone suggests a spot you hate. You could say no. Speak up. But you don't. You type, "Sounds good." Why? Because it's easier to go along, to keep the flow. You've done it before. At work, when you took on extra tasks to seem like a team player. With family, when you agreed to plans that drained you. Each time, you bury your truth. It feels small, harmless, but it's not. Each, sure, is a brick in a wall between you and your voice. You feel it, that key shame, the fear that saying what you mean will make you the odd one out. Most men live here, swallowing their words, fading into the crowd. She doesn't fade. The rarest woman. She's in that chat. Same plan. She reads it, pauses, types, "Not for me. I'll pass." No apology, no over-explaining, just clarity. The chat slows. Someone pushes back. "Come on, it'll be fun." She replies, "I'm good. Enjoy." No waver. Her words are a line drawn in the sand. Seneca said, "Let your speech be better than silence, or be silent." She chooses better. Her voice is a beacon through the noise. Not loud, not harsh, just true. Think back. Last month, a co-worker's idea in a brainstorm. It's half-baked. You see it, but the room's nodding. You could call it out. Save time. Instead, you smile. Add a vague, "Maybe we could tweak it." Why? Because blunt feels risky. You'd rather soften than stand out. That's the cost. Not just a bad idea. The erosion of your truth. You let their ease muzzle you. She doesn't. She's in that room. Same idea. She leans forward. "This won't work. It's too vague." No edge. Just facts. The room shifts. They listen. Her truth isn't a clash. It's a gift. Or picture this, a family call. Your sister's planning a reunion. She assumes you'll host. Again, you're tired, stretched. You want to say no, but you don't. You mumble, "Yeah, I can do it." That's the pain, not the work. The betrayal of yourself. You trade your limits for their comfort. She doesn't. Same call. She listens, then says, "I can't host this time. Someone else take it." No guilt, no drama, just honesty. Her voice isn't their servant. It's her own. Here's the trap. You think directness is a fight, a wall to slam up. It's not. It's a door, a way to stand clear when the world blurs. You've choked on safe words, felt the weight of things unsaid. She hasn't. She's faced eyes that rolled at her truth, stood firm when they bristled. Yet she speaks, not to win, to be. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak." Nar, she listens, then cuts through. Her communication is a pulse, not a plea, not a mask, a truth. Try this. Today, 1 moment. They assume, they push. Don't nod, don't dodge. Say what's real. "I'm not in." Or, "That's not right." Feel the ground hold you. You're not breaking the room. You're building your place. That's her way. Direct communication, not a shout, not a game. A quiet carve through the fog. When the crowd sways, she speaks. You can too. Here blow doesn't bin. It cuts. You're at a bar. The music hums. A friend leans in, voice low. "You didn't hear this from me, but gossip. Juicy. You could jump in, add a jab, keep the vibe going. But something stops you. You nod. Stay quiet. Why? Because speaking feels like stepping into mud. You've been here. At work, when you echoed a rumor to fit in. With family, when you laughed at a dig to avoid the awkward pause. Each time, you smear your truth. It seems small. A quick laugh. A shared smirk, but it's not. Each word you don't mean builds a cage around your voice. You feel it, that sour twist in your gut, the fear that speaking clear will make you the outsider. Most men live here, trading barbs for easy chatter, losing their edge. She doesn't trade. The rarest woman. She's at that bar. Same whisper. She listens, tilts her head. "I don't play that game," she says. Soft, firm. The air shifts. They blink. Her words aren't a scold. They're aligned. Seneca said, "Speak as if the world were listening. and let your words be worthy. She does. Her voice builds bridges, not graves, not sharp, not cold, just clean. Think back. Last week, a break room, co-workers tearing into someone's mistake. You could join, toss in a kip, get a laugh. Instead, you sip your coffee, say nothing. Why? Because piling on feels cheap, but you don't redirect either. You let it slide. That's the coast. Not just the moment, the dulling of your truth. You let their noise drown your clarity. She doesn't. She's in that room. Same talk. She sets her mug down. He's doing his best. Let's move on. No lecture, just facts. The chatter stops. Her truth isn't a fight. It's a beacon. Or, picture this, a family dinner. Your aunt's on a roll, shredding a cousin's choices. The table snickers. You could nod, add a line, keep it light. You've done it, laughed to stay in the circle. But it festers. That's the pain, not the gossip. The way you betray your truth. You trade your light for their shade. She doesn't. Same table. She looks up. That's enough. She's finding her way. No heat, no drama, just honesty. Her voice isn't their echo. It's her own. Here's the lie. You think gossip is a game, a way to bond. It's not. It's a chain. Each cruel word pulls you from your center. You felt it. The weight of unsaid things. The sting of playing along. She hasn't. She's faced circles that pressed her to jab, stood firm when they sneered. Yet she speaks, not to curse, to create. Epictetus said, "Silence is safer, but truth is your duty." She knows. Her words are a pulse, not a blade, not a shadow, a lift. Try this. Today, one moment, they spin tales, they jab. Don't nod. Don't laugh. Say what's real. I don't see it that way. Or step away. Feel your feet on the ground. You're not breaking the circle. You're carving your place. That's her way. Direct communication. Not a shout. Not a dodge. A quiet cut through the haze. When the noise rises, she speaks. You can too. Her stream doesn't cloud. It flows. Virtue 3. Adaptability. You're at work. The boss drops a bomb. Projects due tomorrow. Blanche crap. Start over. Your stomach knots. You want to argue. Push back. This isn't fair. You've been here. When a deadline shifted. When a friend bailed last minute. When life flipped the script. You cling to how things should be. Fight the change. It feels right. Like you're in control. But it's a lie. Each time you resist, you burn energy. Drain your peace. You're not fighting the change. You're fighting yourself. You feel it. That heavy rage. The fear that bending means breaking. Most men live here. Gripping the wheel. Crashing anyway. She doesn't crash. The rarest woman. She's in that meeting. Same news. Her jaw tightens, then releases. She nods. Got it. I'll make it work. No complaint. No panits. She shifts. Like water finding a new path. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Accept this, and you're free." She is. Her adaptability isn't surrender. It's strength. Not rigid, not weak, just fluid. Think back. Last month, a trip planned, hotel booked, then a call. Flights cancelled. You paced, cursed, called the airline, demanded answers. Hours lost. Nothing changed. Why? Because you fought what you couldn't control. That's the coast, not just the trip. The loss of your calm. You let the chaos own you. She doesn't. She's at that airport. Same call. She sits, breathes, opens her laptop, finds a new flight or a new plan. No fuss. Her peace isn't tied to the ticket. It's in her. Or picture this. A family crisis. Your mom's sick. Blanche unravel. You're needed at home. You want to scream. This wasn't the deal. You resist, delay, hope it fixes itself. That's the pain, not the crisis. The way you lock up, you trade your strength for a fight you can't win. She doesn't. Same call. She listens, packs a bag, goes. No drama, no. Why me? She moves with the tide. Her adaptability isn't weakness, it's a root, bending but unbroken. Here's the trap. You think strength is holding the line, never budging. It's not. It's knowing when to move, when to flow. You've burned out fighting what's done, felt the weight of a world that won't bend. She hasn't. She's faced plans that crumbled, stood in storms that tore at her roots. Yet she shifts, not to lose, to live. Epictetus said, "Don't demand things happen as you wish them as they happen." She does. Her adaptability is a current, not a wave, not a stone, a flow. Try this. Today, one moment, life shifts, a plan breaks. Don't clench, don't curse, pause, breathe. Ask, what can I do now? Take one step. Feel the ground shift with you. You're not breaking, you're moving. That's her way. Adaptability, not a retreat, not a fight, a quiet dance with the tide. When the world turns, she turns. You can too. Her current doesn't falter. It carves. You're on a call. The team's scrambling. Deadlines loom. Someone fumbles again. You could take over, fix it, be the hero. You've done it before. Stayed late to save a project. Planned a trip when no one stepped up. Jumped in when silence hung heavy. It feels good, like you're in control, but it's a trap. Each time you carry their weight, you bend. You take on what's not yours. You think it's strength. It's not. It's a slow leak of your own path. You feel it, that quiet resentment. The fear that if you don't, you'll look weak. Most men live here, shouldering loads to prove they can, losing themselves. She doesn't carry what's not hers. The rarest woman, she's on that call. Same mess. She listens, speaks. This is on you to solve. No apology, no overstep. She stays in her lane. Seneca said, "There is no need to do more than what is required of you." She gets it. Her adaptability is a river, not rushing to fill every gap, not stuck, just flowing where it's meant to. Think back. Last week, a friend's crisis. They call, panic, need advice, a ride, your time. You drop everything, listen for hours, drive across town. You're there, always. Why? Because saying no feels like failing them. That's the cost, not just your night, the erosion of your boundaries. You let their storm sweep you. She doesn't. She's on that call. Same friend. She listens, says, "I hear you. Here's what I can do." Sets a limit, offers what fits. No guilt. Her peace isn't their chaos. It's her own. Or picture this. A family event. Your brother's late. Again. Everyone waits. You could call, chase him down, save the day. You've done it. Covered for him. Kept things smooth. But you don't. You sit. Let it be. That's the pain, not the delay. The weight you've carried too long. You trade your calm for their fixes. She doesn't. Same event. She glances at her watch. We start without him. No fuss. No chase. She moves with what is. Her adaptability isn't a crutch. It's a root, bending but firm. Here's the lie. You think adapting means taking it all, saying yes to every pull. It's not. It's choosing where to bend, where to stand. You've burned out carrying others' loads, felt the sting of their chaos in your bones. She hasn't. She's faced plans that shifted, storms that roared, yet she flows, not to please, to thrive. Epictetus said, "Wish for things to be as they are, and you'll find peace." She does. Her adaptability is a current, not a flood, not a stone. A path. Try this. Today. One moment. They drop the ball. Don't pick it up. Pause. Let it lie. Say, this is yours to handle. Feel your shoulders lift. You're not failing. You're free. That's her way. Adaptability. Not a burden. Not a fight. A quiet shift with the tide. When the world pulls, she moves. You can too. Her river doesn't break. It carves. You're at a coffee shop. The line's long. A guy behind you grumbles. Loud. Pushy. You tense. Want to turn. Say something. Or move faster to keep the peace. You've been here. When a coworker snapped, and you took it. When a friend vented, and you absorbed their storm. You bend to their chaos. Why? Because standing firm feels like a fight. You think it's strength to swallow the jab. It's not. It's a slow theft of your calm. Each time you yield, you give them your ground. You feel it, that tight chest, the fear that holding steady will make you the bad guy. Most men live here, soaking up others' noise, losing their center. She doesn't soak it up. The rarest woman. She's in that line. Same grumble. She glances back. Eyes steady. Says nothing. Turns forward. Her calm isn't theirs to break. Marcus Aurelius said, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say is the best." She lives it. Her adaptability is a breeze, not caught in their gusts. Not still. Just moving where she chooses. Think back. Last week, a team call. Someone's late. Again, the group waits. You could nudge, send a text, keep things moving. You've done it, covered their slack, smoothed the edges. Why? Because letting it sit feels wrong. Like you're failing the team. That's the cost, not just the weight. The loss of your peace. You let their mess pull you. She doesn't. She's on that call. Same delay. She starts. We're moving forward. Catch up later. Not chase. No fuss. She flows with what's here. Her calm isn't their delay. It's her own. Or picture this. A friend's drummer. They call at midnight. Another fight. They need you to fix it. You listen. Advise. Stay up. You've done it. Taken their weight to be the good guy. But you don't sleep. That's the pain. Not their fight. The way you let it sink you. You trade your rest for their storm. She doesn't. Same call. She listens. 5 minutes. You'll figure it out. I'm here tomorrow. Hangs up. No guilt. She moves with the moment. Her adaptability isn't their anchor. It's her sail. Here's the trap. You think adapting means absorbing, taking every hit. It's not. It's choosing what to hold, what to release. You've drowned in others' chaos, felt their waves crash through your bones. She hasn't. She's faced storms that tried to sweep her, stood in winds that howled. Yet she shifts, not to sink, to sail. Epictetus said, "You cannot change the wind, but you can adjust your sails." She does. Her adaptability is a pulse, not a wave, not a wall, a path. Try this. Today. One moment. They push. They complain. Don't take it. Don't fight. Pause. Let their noise pass. Say, "I hear you. I'm moving on." Feel your breath steady. You're not their storm. You're your own. That's her way. Adaptability. Not a burden. Not a clash. A quiet turn with the wind. When the chaos pulls, she sails. You can too. Her breeze doesn't break. It flows. Virtue. 4. Natural leadership. You're in a room. The team's stuck. Ideas stall. Everyone looks around, waiting. You could step up, speak, guide. But you don't. You stay quiet. Let someone else take the reins. Why? Because leading feels heavy. Exposed. You're scared to look foolish. Scared they'll push back. You've been here. At work, when a project drifted and you didn't steer. With friends, when plans faltered and you didn't call the shot. You think staying low is safe. It's not. Each time you shrink, you dim your light. You hand your power to the loudest voice. You feel it, that tight cannot, the fear that leading makes you a target. Most men live here, following, fading, losing their way. She doesn't fade. The rarest woman. She's in that room. Same silence. She leans forward. Here's what we do. Clear. Calm. No force. The room turns. They listen. Not because she demands, because she shows. Seneca said, "We are more often frightened than hurt. Our troubles spring from fear." She's fearless. Her leadership isn't a crown. It's a beacon, not loud, not proud, just steady. Think back. Last month, a work crisis. Numbers tanked. The boss is gone. Everyone panics. You could rally them, point the way, but you don't. You nod along with the chaos. Why? Because leading feels like standing naked. You'd rather blend than risk their eyes. That's the cost, not just the mess. The loss of your voice. You let their fear steer you. She doesn't. She's in that crisis. Same panits. She stands. Let's break this down. One step, no drama, just direction. They follow. Her leadership isn't a grab. It's a pull. Or picture this. A family gathering. Plans en ravel. No one decide. You could step in. Set the course. But you don't. You wait. Let others bicker. That's the pain. Not the chaos. The way you hide. You trade your strength for their noise. She doesn't. Same gathering. She speaks. We eat at 6. 4. I'll handle the grill. No vote. No fuss. Just clarity. They move. Her leadership isn't a throne. It's a fire, drawing them near. Here's the trap. You think leadership is volume, titles, commands. It's not. It's the quiet choice to act when others freeze. You've ducked the moment, felt the weight of staying small. She hasn't. She's faced rooms that doubted her, stood tall when they wavered. Yet she leads, not for glory, for truth. Epictetus said, "The chief task in life is to identify and separate matters so I can say clearly to myself which are externals." She knows. Her leadership is a pulse, not a shout, not a plea, a path. Try this. Today, one moment, they stall, they drift. Don't wait. Speak. This is the way. Or act. Take one step. Feel the room shift. You're not commanding. You're guiding. That's her way. Natural leadership, not a stage. Not a fight. A quiet call through the fog. When the world falters, she steps. You can too. Her beacon doesn't flicker. It burns. You're in a meeting. The room hums. Deadlines loom. A colleague fumbles, panicking. You could jump in. Save the day. Be the loudest voice. You've done it. Taken charge to fill the silence. Shouted orders to seem strong. It feels right. Like you're in control. But it's a trap. Each time you push, you chase their eyes. You think leading is being seen. It's not. It's a weight that pulls you from your truth. You feel it. That hollow rush. The fear that if you don't dominate, you're nothing. Most men live here, forcing their way, losing their core. She doesn't force. The rarest woman. She's in that meeting. Semi-chaos. She sits, listens, then speaks. Let's do this. One step at a time. Quiet. Clear. No bark. The room leans in. They move. Not because she demands, because she shows. Seneca said, "A good leader is one who makes others better." She does. Her leadership is a tide, not a storm, not a wall. Just a pull that lifts. Think back. Last week, a friend's move. Boxes everywhere. No one's organized. You could yell, direct traffic, be the boss. You've done it. Pushed everyone to follow your plan. Why? Because silence feels weak. You need their nod to feel solid. That's the coast, not just the day. The loss of your calm. You let their chaos drive you. She doesn't. She's there. Same mess. She grabs a box. Start packing. Says, "This goes here. Who's next?" No orders. Just action. They follow. Her leadership isn't a shout. It's a spark. Or picture this. A work project. The team's lost. No one steps up. You could take over. Lay out every detail. You've done it. Controlled it all to avoid the risk. But you don't sleep. That's the pain, not the work. The way you grip too tight, you trade your peace for their path. She doesn't. Same project. She maps one step. This first. Then we talk. Hands it off. Trusts. No micromanaging. No stress. Her leadership isn't a chain. It's a light, guiding without binding. Here's the lie. You think leadership is power, a throne to claim. It's not. It's showing the way without needing their claps. You've strained to be the loudest, felt the ache of forcing their steps. She hasn't. She's faced teams that doubted her, rooms that ignored her. Yet she leads. Not for applause, for purpose. Epictetus said, "Focus on what is yours to do and let others do theirs." She does. Her leadership is a pulse, not a command, not a show, a path. Try this. Today. One moment, they falter. They wait. Don't shout. Don't push. Act. Take one step. Say, "This is where we start." Watch them follow. You're not ruling. You're guiding. That's her way. Natural leadership. Not a stage. Not a whip. A quiet fire through the dark. When the world stalls, she moves. You can too. Her tide doesn't crash. It carries. You're at a bar. The night's loud. A friend's arguing. Politics. Money. It's heated. You could jump in. Pick a side. Be the voice that turns heads. You've done it. Raised your tone to win the room. Felt the rush of their nods. It feels like power. Like you're leading. But it's a lie. Each time you chase their cheers, you lose your ground. You're not guiding. You're performing. You feel it. That empty high. The fear that if you don't stand out, you're invisible. Most men live here, shouting to be seen, drifting from their truth. She doesn't shout. The rarest woman. She's at that bar. Same fight. She sips her drink, listens, then speaks. Let's talk something real. Soft. Steady. The noise fades. Eyes turn. Not because she's loud, because she's clear. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." She is. Her leadership is a lantern, not a blaze, not a shadow, just a glow that draws them in. Think back. Last month, a work debate. Two teams clash. Egos flare. You could take charge. Push your plan. Be the hero. You've done it. Fought to be right. Won the argument. Lost the night's sleep. Why? Because leading felt like winning. That's the cost. Not just the fight. The loss of your peace. You let their noise pull you. She doesn't. She's in that debate. Same heat. She stands. Here's what works. Take it or leave it. No push. No plea. Just truth. They listen. Her leadership isn't a battle. It's a bridge. Or picture this. A family trip. Everyone's bickering. Where to go. What to do. You could decide. Lay down the law. You've done it. Pick the spot to end the noise. But it festers. That's the pain, not the choice. The way you force it. You trade their trust for your control. She doesn't. Same trip. She waits, then says, "I'm going here. Join me." No vote. No fight. Just a path. They follow. Her leadership isn't a leash. It's a light shining ahead. Here's the trap. You think leadership is being the loudest, the one who decides. It's not. It's showing the way without needing their claps. You've strained to be noticed, felt the ache of chasing their eyes. She hasn't. She's faced crowds that turned away, stood firm when they doubted. Yet she leads, not for them, for what's right. Seneca said, "Let your actions speak, not your voice." She does. Her leadership is a pulse, not a roar, not a mask, a guide. Try this. Today, one moment, they argue, they drift. Don't yell, don't hide. Act. Say, "This is what I'm doing." Move. Watch them turn. You're not commanding, you're showing. That's her way. Natural leadership, not a throne, not a shout, a quiet glow through the haze. When the world fights, she guides. You can too. Her lantern doesn't dim, it leads. Virtue. 5. Enigmatic presence. You're at a party. The room pulses. Laughter, stories, boasts. You're talking, but their eyes drift. You raise your voice, crack a joke. Try harder. Why? Because you need to be seen, to fill the space. You've been here, at work, oversharing to keep their attention, with friends, playing loud to stay relevant. You think being open, being big, makes you matter. It doesn't. Each overshare, each forced laugh, leaks your depth. You feel it. That hollow chase. The fear that if you're not noticed, you're nothing. Most men live here, shouting to exist, losing their mystery. She doesn't shout. The rarest woman. She's at that party. She stands by the window, quiet, watching. Someone approaches, asks her name. She smiles, says little. "I'm here," she says. Her eyes hold a story, but she doesn't spill it. The room notices, not because she tries, because she doesn't. Seneca said, "The less you reveal, the more people wonder." She knows. Her presence is a shadow, not loud, not empty, just deep. Think back. Last week, a coffee shop. You're with colleagues. They're loud, swapping stories. You jump in, tell too much. Your plans, your struggles, their nods fade. You push harder. Why? Because silence feels like fading. You need their eyes to feel real. That's the coast, not just the moment. The loss of your mystery. You trade your depth for their glance. She doesn't. She's there. Same table. She listens. Speaks once. That's interesting. I've seen it differently. They lean in, want more. She gives nothing. Her presence isn't a book flung open. It's a locked door, inviting wonder. Or picture this, a family dinner. Everyone's talking over each other. You could dominate, share your big win, keep their focus. You've done it, laid it all bare to hold the spotlight, but it fades. That's the pain, not their chatter. The way you empty yourself. You trade your quiet for their noise. She doesn't. Summer dinner. She sits, listens. When they ask, she says, "It's been a good week. No details. No show." They press. She smiles. Just good. Her presence isn't a stage. It's a veil, drawing them closer. Here's the trap. You think presence is volume, filling every silence. It's not. It's the weight of what you don't say. You've spilled too much, felt the sting of their bored eyes. She hasn't. She's walked rooms that ignored her, stood in crowds that passed her by, yet she holds them, not with words, with being. Epictetus said, "Let silence be your answer when words fail." She does. Her presence is a pulse, not a shout, not a word, a riddle. Try this. Today, one moment, they talk, they push. Don't overshare. Don't perform. Say less. Stand in your silence. Feel their curiosity rise. You're not invisible. You're a riddle. That's her way. Enigmatic presence, not a show, not a blank. A quiet depth through the noise. When the world clamors, she stands. You can too. Her shadow doesn't fade. It lingers. You're in a meeting. The room's tense. A colleague's pitching. It's off. You could speak, share a thought, but you don't. You stay quiet. Why? Because opening up feels like a spotlight. Too bright. Too rough. You've been here, at a bar, holding back a story to avoid their stares. With family, dodging questions to keep the peace. You think staying small hides you. It doesn't. Each time you close off, you dim your presence. You trade your weight for their comfort. You feel it, that quiet void. The fear that being seen means being judged. Most men live here, fading into the background, losing their pull. She doesn't fade. The rarest woman. She's in that meeting. Same pitch. She listens, leans in, says, "I see another angle." Her voice is soft, her eyes steady. The room turns, not because she's loud, because she's there, fully. Marcus Aurelius said, "Be content to seem what you really are." She is. Her presence is a mist, not grabbing, not gone, just lingering, pulling eyes without trying. Think back. Last week, a friend's gathering. Everyone's swapping plans. You could share yours. Something real. But you don't. You nod, laugh, stay surface. Why? Because depth feels risky, like they'll peel you apart. That's the coast, not just the moment. The loss of your gravity. You let their ease erase you. She doesn't. She's there. Same crowd. They ask, "What's new?" She pauses. "I'm working on something. It's early. No more." They press. She smiles, holds firm. Her presence isn't a flood. It's a tide, drawing them in. Or picture this. A work call. The team's brainstorming. You have an idea. It's good, but you hesitate. What if they dismiss it? You've done it, kept quiet to avoid the sting. Let the moment pass. That's the pain, not their words. The way you shrink. You trade your spark for their silence. She doesn't. Same call. She speaks. "Try this." Simple. Clear. They pause. Consider. She doesn't push. Doesn't explain. Her presence isn't a plea. It's a stone. Steady in the stream. Here's the trap. You think presence needs noise. A big story. A loud laugh. It's not. It's the weight of your silence. The pull of your calm. You've hidden from their eyes. Felt the ache of being unseen. She hasn't. She's stood in rooms that overlooked her. Walked through crowds that rushed past. Yet she holds them. Not with effort, with being. Seneca said, "True power is to be what you are, without fanfare." End quote. She is. Her presence is a pulse, not a flare, not a ghost. A riddle. Try this. Today. One moment. They talk. They rush. Don't hide. Don't oversell. Speak once. Or stay quiet. Let your stillness speak. Feel their eyes turn. You're not exposed. You're alive. That's her way. Enigmatic presence. Not a stage. Not a wide. A quiet pull through the clamor. When the world moves, she stands. You can too. Her mist doesn't scatter. It draws. Virtue. 6. Aversion to gossip. You're in a break room. Coffee's brewing. Co-workers lean close. Voices low. Did you hear about him? They dissect someone's mistake. Their life. You could join. Add a jab. Keep the circle tight. You've been here. At a bar, nodding to a rumor to fit in. At a family table, laughing at a dig to avoid the pause. It feels easy. Like bonding. But it's a trap. Each whispered jab, each sly grin, stains your core. You're not building. You're breaking. You feel it. That sour twist. The fear that staying out makes you the odd one. Most men live here, trading barbs for belonging, losing their truth. She doesn't trade. The rarest woman. She's in that break room. Same whisper. She sips her coffee, looks away. "I don't do that," she says. Quiet. Firm. The air shifts. They falter. Her silence isn't cold. It's clear. Seneca said, "Choose words that lift, not tear." She does. Her voice builds bridges, not graves. Not sharp, not distant, just clean. Think back. Last week, a group chat. Friends ripping into someone's bad call. You could chime in. Dos aqui. Get a laugh. You've done it. Piled on to feel close. But it sticks. Why? Because tearing down feels cheap. That's the coast. Not just the chat. The dulling of your honor. You let their venom taint you. She doesn't. She's in that chat. Reads it. Types. Let's talk about something real. No scold. Just a pivot. They shift. Her words aren't a fight. They're a line, drawn steady. Or, picture this. A family barbecue. Your uncle's at it again, shredding a cousin's choices. The table snickers. You could nod. Add a line. Keep it light. You've done it. Laugh to stay in the circle. But it festers. That's the pain, not the gossip. The way you betray your truth. You trade your light for their shade. She doesn't. Same table. She sets her plate down. He's doing his best. Leave it. No heat. No lecture. Just truth. The laughter stops. Her voice isn't their echo. It's her own. Here's the lie. You think gossip binds you, makes you one of them. It doesn't. It's a chain. Each cruel word pulls you from your center. You've felt it. The weight of borrowed venom. The sting of joining the pack. She hasn't. She's faced circles that pressed her to jab, stood firm when they sneered. Yet she speaks, not to curse, to create. Epictetus said, "If you can't improve the silence, don't break it." She knows. Her words are a pulse, not a blade, not a shadow, a lift. Try this. Today, one moment. They whisper, they tear. Don't nod, don't bite. Step back. Say, "I'm not into that." Or nothing. Feel your ground hold. You're not alone. You're whole. That's her way. Aversion to gossip, not a wall, not of wide. A quiet rise above the noise. When the world cuts, she builds. You can too. Her bridge doesn't sway. It stands. You're at a bar. The music hums low. A friend's venting. Their boss. Their ex. It's sharp. Bitter. You could add fuel. Toss in a jab. Keep the fire going. You've been here. At work, joining the pylon about a co-worker's slip. At a family table, nodding to a cousin's takedown. It feels good, like you're in, but it's a lie. Each cruel word, each knowing smirk, chips at your soul. You're not connecting. You're corroding. You feel it. That bitter taste. The fear that stepping away makes you the outcast. Most men live here, swapping barbs for a seat, losing their light. She doesn't lose it. The rarest woman. She's at that bar. Same rant. She leans back, sips her drink. Let's talk about something else. Calm. Clear. No judgment. The mood shifts. They pause. Her silence isn't distance. It's strength. Marcus Aurelius said, "Speak only what is true and useful, or stay silent." She does. Her words mend, not maim, not cold, not weak, just pure. Think back. Last month, a team lunch. Someone's tearing into a new hire. He's clueless, they say. You could laugh. Add a line. You've done it. Joined the jab to feel close. But it sticks. Why? Because cutting down feels hollow. That's the cost. Not just the moment. The tarnish on your truth. You let their venom stain you. She doesn't. She's at that lunch. Same talk. She sets her fork down. He's learning. Give him time. No sermon. Just a shift. They rethink. Her words aren't a clash. They're a tide, turning the flow. Or picture this. A family group chat. Your aunt's at it, dragging a relative's choices. The thread lights up, laughs, digs. You could jump in, keep it rolling. You've done it, added a quip to stay in the loop. But it lingers. That's the pain, not the words. The way you dim yourself. You trade your honor for their gossip. She doesn't. Same chat. She reads, types. This isn't worth our time. No fuss, no fight, just clarity. The thread quiets. Her voice isn't their poison, it's her own. Here's the trap. You think gossip builds bonds, ties you to the pack. It doesn't. It's a net. Each jab pulls you deeper into their shade. You felt it. The weight of borrowed cruelty. The sting of lowering yourself. She hasn't. She's faced circles that baited her to bite. Stood tall when they pressed. Yet she speaks. Not to tear. To rise. Epictetus said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." She knows. Her words are a pulse. Not a wound. Not a chain. A lift. Try this. Today. One moment. They cut. They mock. Don't join. Don't nod. Step out. Say, "I don't play this." Or walk away. Feel your chest lift. You're not outside. You're above. That's her way. Aversion to gossip. Not a shield. Not a blank. A quiet climb through the muck. When the world sinks, she rises. You can too. Her tide doesn't dirty. It cleans. Virtue. 7. Non-judgmental stance. You're on a train. It's late. A guy across the aisle fumbles his bag. Papers spill. He curses, red-faced. You could roll your eyes. Judge him. Clumsy. Weak. You've been here. At work, sizing up a co-worker's bad pitch. At a bar, dismissing a stranger's loud laugh. It feels sharp. Right. Like you're above them. But it's a trap. Each quick verdict, each silent sneer hardens your heart. You're not seeing. You're cutting. You feel it. That cold edge. The fear that letting go of judgment makes you soft. Most men live here. Labeling. Sorting. Losing their warmth. She doesn't label. The rarest woman. She's on that train. Same spill. She glances over. Sees him. Not his mess. His struggle. She offers a nod. Need a hand? No pity. No scorn. Just presence. Seneca said, "You must live for another if you wish to live for yourself." She does. Her stance is a window, not a wall, not a mirror. Just open, seeing what is. Think back. Last week, a team meeting. A new guy stumbles through his report. You could judge. Call him unprepared in your head. You've done it. Written him off to feel better. But it sticks. Why? Because judging feels like a cage. That's the coast. Not just his moment. The closing of your mind. You let their flaws define them. She doesn't. She's in that meeting. Same report. She listens. Asks, "What's your next step?" No jab. Just a bridge. He straightens. Her stance isn't a gavel. It's a hand. Or picture this. A family dinner. Your cousin's late. Again. Everyone groans. You could pile on. Label him lazy. You've done it. Judge to join the chorus. But it festers. That's the pain. Not his delay. The way you shrink them. You trade your empathy for a quick win. She doesn't. Same dinner. She shrugs. He'll get here. Let's eat. No shade. No blame. Just space. They soften. Her stance isn't a verdict. It's a door. Left ajar. Here's the trap. You think judging sets you apart. Makes you clear-eyed. It doesn't. It's a chain. Each label locks you in. You felt it. The weight of snap calls. The sting of seeing only faults. She hasn't. She's faced people who stumbled. Crowds who misjudged her. Yet she sees. Not to fix. To understand. Epictetus said, "You become what you give your attention to." She gives hers to truth. Her stance is a pulse, not a blade, not a fog, a light. Try this. Today. One moment. They falter. They miss. Don't judge. Don't sneer. Pause. See them. Ask, what's going on? Or say nothing. Feel your chest open. You're not weak. You're wide. That's her way. Non-judgmental stance. Not a blur. Not a cut. A quiet gaze through the noise. When the world condemns, she sees. You can too. Her window doesn't close. It clears. You're at a coffee shop. The line's slow. A woman ahead snaps at the barista. Sharp. Rude. You could judge. Label here entitled. Weak. You've been here. At work, eyeing a colleague's outburst with disdain. At a family table, writing off an uncle's rant as foolish. It feels good, like you're above their mess. But it's a lie. Each quick verdict, each inner smirk, clouds your sight. You're not rising. You're sinking. You feel it. That cold grip. The fear that seeing their side makes you lose your edge. Most men live here, judging to feel tall. Losing their depth. She doesn't sink. The rarest woman. She's in that line. Same snap. She watches. Sees the woman's trembling hands. Her tired eyes. Doesn't smile. Doesn't scoff. Just sees. When it's her turn, she says, "Rough day, huh?" Soft. Open. The barista exhales. Marcus Aurelius said, "Kindness is invincible if it's sincere." She lives it. Her stance is a mirror, not a blade, not a fog, just clear, reflecting truth. Think back. Last month, a friend's call. He's venting, messed up again. You could judge. Call him reckless in your head. You've done it, sized him up to feel steady, but it sticks. Why? Because judging builds walls. That's the cost, not just his story, the closing of your heart. You let his flaws box him. She doesn't. She's on that call. Some event. She listens. Says, "Sounds heavy. What's next?" No pity. No jab. Just space. He breathes. Her stance isn't a sentence. It's a path. Or, picture this. A work meeting. A teammate's late. Sloppy notes. You could roll your eyes. Label them careless. You've done it. Judge to feel sharper. But it lingers. That's the pain. Not their slip. The way you shrink them. You trade your warmth for a cold win. She doesn't. Same.